and welcome to another episode of the Not For Nothing podcast. I'm your co-host, Sarah ElSayed.
And I am Natasha.
Happy to be here today. How are you?
I'm good. It's a rainy day in LA once more. I feel like it literally rains every single time you come to LA, which I'm sure the farmers are very happy about.
Yeah.
And now I'm wondering, could we like solicit your services for the state of California?
The farmers?
You know? Just bring Sarah if you need rain.
Yeah, I guess
When do we bring her over whenever we have a drought?
There's literally a 40% chance that it's already raining.
She makes it rain.
I guess so. I don't know why this happens to me. It's a miserable life. I'm a walking rain cloud, but yeah. 30, flirty, and thriving.
You bring the rain, but you attract interesting vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. When I'm here, we usually have a lot of fun.
No, but what I'm saying is I feel like...
I love how I took that a very positive way.
I'm like, yeah, you took it in a very different direction. I don't think it's specific to you. It's just specific to you currently, but...
What?
When you're looking for a partner in life is when it's like the hardest time to meet and find anybody. But when you're like doing your own thing, you may have met somebody, you're kind of like giving off whether it's neutral or unavailable vibes.
Neutral or positive?
Yeah.
I feel like people can tell when you're in a
drought reason,
and they don't want you.
It's like
they don't want to break the drought.
It's like moths to a flame.
100%.
They come running.
As soon as you're happy,
they want to ruin it for you.
Every skeleton in your closet wants to jump in and try to test you.
That's why I only let people know how depressed I am on the internet. So nobody comes crawling and they always feel like they're better than me.
Yeah. I like that.
It's a power move to let people feel like they're better than you at all times.
I actually am going to start going that route.
Because I know that I do have some self-worth. I also do have very low self-esteem, but I have some self-worth, and it's just easier when some people need that ego boost.
It's easier to say no and better.
It's easier just to like retract and be like, you are hot shit.
This is a great campaign for abstinence. Yeah. Yeah. But basically, a question for men is, why are you like this? Like,
why do you only want me when I don't want you?
Why are you going to make me say the words, I'm talking to someone, I'm seeing someone, I'm literally in love right now? Why can't you just like see that I'm doing all right and good and things are going in a positive direction and let me like live privately? They just want to rock the boat at all times.
I don't know. I'm wondering if it's like maybe a toxic thing to you. Maybe you attract people in the past who feed off of that kind of interaction.
I think that's all men.
I have like no one reaching out to me.
Yeah, but like we just said, you have very neutral to bad vibes. If the vibes are neutral to positive, they want you.
Should we do a test? I was thinking about it this week.
Put out a thirst trap.
Like,
a happiness thirst trap.
It's been like, we can talk about it openly, but like a very, very, very difficult year for a lot of people in cannabis and especially in the economy in general. And, there were some lulls in our lives and some really bad moments. And I feel like I gained like 15 pounds from it, and
that's fine.
It's fine. Bodies change. But, things are looking up now. Some big moves are happening. Yeah. The podcast is really cool. I feel like I'm finding my groove back. I'm getting really like, my skin feels better. I'm eating healthier. I'm working out. I'm doing all the things.
Mm-hmm. You're taking care of yourself.
I'm taking care of myself, which is at first. And I'm trying to like eat multiple times a day, like all these things. And I wonder if I start posting about that, people will come calling.
I think if you start, exactly. I think the more lifestyle content in general that you put out, that's not just smoking related, the more people will want you. Because they're like, oh, she's out there doing things like,
but I don't
forget it. Especially like if you start to post your like creative achievements, it will already start.
I post the podcast.
Are men thrown off
I'm
by
like,
it?
oh wow, so many people are unfollowing me.
Got weed in my hair.
You know when it says like you gained X amount of followers from this reel? Mine's like minus 200.
Like, you lost 200 followers from this really bad joke.
No, I'm kidding. It's not the case. But maybe I should post less emo content.
Yeah,
this
you know
is
what
a
I'm
test.
saying? Like, I think the more you're legitimately like just
Performatively happy.
No, you're just when you're actually just living life and posting, people want you.
I know, but the problem is when I am living life and working on myself, I post so much less.
Yeah, but the content that you do,
like I don't want to post. I want to like live.
Yeah, you know, people are like, "Ooh, that's what she's been up to." This joint just became half the size it was supposed to become because of that moment we had where it just flew right out.
I feel like men are kind of, what's that like thing in Harry Potter where they suck your soul?
You know, I don't know. You're like, let's be real. I don't fucking know.
The dementors.
Yeah.
Yeah. They come and they suck your joy and your soul. And I feel like
that's the state of men.
That's the state of men in America in 2023.
Stay the fuck out of my DMs. That's in conclusion, stay the fuck out of my DMs. Unless you have
let's
money.
Be clear. This is not an invitation to DM me.
Yeah, no. Like
I'm not changing my strategy.
More power to you.
Where are the emo thirst traps?
In a way, I think
should I just start posting?
You must get spookier.
I need to just post photos of myself crying.
You need to be, you do need to be crying. I think that you should try that.
Right now?
Because I think like truly the same men that are like sliding into DM, they're not listening to this podcast. They don't care. They only care about like, oh, it looks like you're doing something cool. So they don't even know the strategy. Like they could have the answer. It's literally hidden in plain sight in the podcast. And they're going to like actually do exactly what you think they're going to do.
I also feel like you in the past have dated people like within weed or interest in weed type stuff. And so they find that it's cool what you're doing now.
No.
Like at least an appreciation of weed.
Well, it's off limits for you to not be like into weed, I think, and I'll date you. But yeah. I don't know. You know what else makes the boys come crawling? You know what else makes the boys come crawling?
Other than success.
They really come crawling when you want nothing to do with them. Like if you reject them for some reason, you're their biggest challenge yet.
And you would think then that I would be so popular.
No, the thing is like, yeah, what is happening once you turn them down? Are they disappearing?
They just disappear. I'm like, but I didn't mean it like fully.
It's all about your delivery.
The delivery is just they stop communicating.
Yeah, exactly. You're like firmly, you ghost, like you Irish exit from their lives. And they're like, I guess we actually are done talking. I'll still like keep that communication open where I'm like, I'm existing and you're existing and we know each other exists, but we don't need to have any crossover. And yeah, they always seem to think that there should be crossover. I'm like, the door is not open. You can just see through it.
This is a hot topic.
What?
Were you allowed to have sleepovers as a kid?
No.
No sleepovers at all?
No.
And why is that?
Because I have an Arab father.
Okay, I was gonna say that. Is it against?
It mitigates the risk.
Of what?
Of somebody's brother or father coercing you into doing something you don't want to do.
Sexually?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. That's the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, it's like very like abstinence focused. And it's not like a Muslim thing that I know of, but it's like an Arab thing. It's just like a cultural, like, yeah.
Yeah, because one of my best friends growing up was Algerian, and she was never allowed to sleep at my house, but I could sleep at her house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's just like, I also know some people who are like not Arab who grew up that way, whose parents were just like worried as well about the same thing.
Interesting.
You never know.
And so
people's home life, you know.
Would you have people sleep over at your house?
Well, I grew up in a 1-bedroom apartment, so no. But ultimately it became like a point like where I would sleep at my mom's best friend's house. So like people who were like aunts and uncles, we did. And then like I would say I first got like sleepover privileges maybe when I turned like 15 or 16.
Okay, so you did have sleepovers in your life.
In my life, yes, of course. And then like in, you know, when I just started to like pay my own bills and make my own like life choices.
Yeah.
Like I went away to college.
But like as a kid, no. And then as a teenager, yes, a little bit.
They were few and far between, and it had to be very specific friends. You know, it wasn't like I could just be like, oh, I'm sleeping over at Rebecca's house and like lie and go out somewhere. Like I would actually like there was a lot of gates that had to be unlocked.
And what kind of friend are you at the sleepover?
Okay, so teen years.
Yeah.
I was getting high. The one that brought the weed. Yeah. I think I was that friend.
Were you the one who was like up until 5 a.m.?
We all were.
Not all of us.
Well, in my friend group, we were all like, I guess, more tweakers. No, we were just up late. Yeah. So you went to bed early. Yeah. Unbelievable. The gall to go make a night of it. Like to like go through all the process of like getting clearance. Can you sleep over? Can you sleep over? Yeah, we're making it happen. To go through all that coordination and for you to fall asleep at 9:30.
I mean, not early. Like I'm still down to clown for a little bit.
What do you mean down to clown? What were you guys doing at sleepovers? This is like, guys are always so confused about what women did at sleepovers. And I'm like,
I feel like we watched TV. We used to watch a lot of like MTV, like music videos. We would just like dance around to music videos.
Weed. Talking about boys. Calling.
Stalking on Facebook. Because it was like the beginning of Facebook.
It was the beginning of Facebook. It was even MySpace.
Prank calling.
Prank calling was a huge one.
It was huge. That was probably like a good 4 hours of activities.
No joke. just the prank calling was 4 hours. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have to terrorize my whole school. I'll be right back. I'm sleeping over Ashley's house to go terrorize.
And I think that like, yeah, what else did we do?
Like literally just talk shit. Like it was like for talking shit and like eating chips. It wasn't like as crazy as everybody thinks.
No, absolutely not.
And for like drinking, I was drinking a lot at sleepovers. That was like our main point of having sleepovers.
Like later sleepovers.
Like
like
high
teenage
school.
ones. Yeah. Well, I forgot you didn't have the early ones.
Exactly. And then like also college was like a very long span of like constant sleepover and binge drinking.
Yeah, but
why
like,
were we always sleeping everywhere? Like I'd be like, oh, fall asleep on the couch at the sorority house, and I'm like, I could just go to my bed. Well, I guess we didn't have money, and everyone was already drunk, so all the time. So I guess that's why we were sleeping anywhere.
Was your campus big? Like, did you have to drive from places to places?
It was just dangerous.
Oh,
around this, it was dangerous off campus. So, yeah.
Got it.
So, like, the sorority houses would be kind of dangerous.
Like, off campus.
Yeah, and, like, getting back to campus, it was super dark out. It was dangerous.
I see.
Stuff would happen at night off campus, so, yeah.
But so you were the rowdy one. Were you the one initiating the prank calls? There was always the initiator, the troublemaker.
I'm the talker. I wasn't necessarily picking the victims. Yeah. But I've spent a lot of time
But you were talking. The one, like, let's whip out a phone. Actually, you were already on the phone.
They just knew I was class actress.
Yeah.
Did you have superlatives at your school?
No, what is that?
Like most likely to.
Oh, they
class
tried.
clown.
They tried to do it my senior year.
What did you get?
I got most likely to marry a guy who looks like Che Guevara.
I feel like that still stands.
Yeah, but I was like, cool. So my biggest superlative is like who I'm gonna marry.
Yeah, that's actually kind of anti-feminist.
Like, thanks.
Yeah.
But what are some other fun friends at the party? At the sleepover? I'm thinking about a specific one that happened to my sister, and I feel like
what happened?
There's definitely one in each group of friends.
Wait, let me know. Maybe I can identify who they are.
There's always the one friend who gets sick.
Like from drinking?
Or anything. There's always one person that throws up.
There's always vomit. Like you can guarantee that at all sleepovers that are teenage.
It happened to her when they were a kid. They were having a sleepover at our house. And one of her friends, she just laughed so hard that she just threw up.
No, she did not. Nowadays, during a sleepover, it's like you could hit the bong so hard you throw up. You can have literal food poisoning and be throwing up. You could be drinking too much and throwing up. This is a classic time. I remember we were at an event and we randomly all ate a piece of mushroom, and both me and another one of our friends are in the corner like vomiting,
chundering all over the place.
And we're like, okay, back to the trip.
Yeah, so there's always at least one vomiter at the sleepover.
For sure. That's a good one.
And maybe one crier.
Yeah, I was going to say there's always that person that like
brings up some trauma.
Yeah, that's like going through a breakup or like you're just like,
it's like the song you just played just brought up something.
Oh my God.
You just played our song.
Well, the thing is, his new girlfriend is like not even that cute. Like she really like, can you believe it? Look at her here. She looks so stupid. That was before her nose job.
And then the prank callings begin.
Yeah, exactly. That's like how a sleepover is. That's like a 3 to 4 person
definitely
sleepover.
Less saucy than people think.
Exactly.
But speaking of some retro stuff, what are some stores you wish still existed today?
Okay.
I feel like there's a lot. We're experiencing a lot of loss right now.
There was a bakery that was 1 block from my mom's house. When I was a kid, and I don't remember what it was called, but I do remember that we saw James Gandolfini in there.
Oh, that's cool.
And like, it was like, but we would just go all the time. They had the best olive bread. And like, I wish that still existed, but like, stores. I guess we could go back and say Genevieve's before it was Rite Aid.
Yeah, you
but
said
like,
it already.
Yeah. Like, I wish that it existed, but it's basically the same thing as Rite Aid. It serves the same purpose.
This is a classic. Batar Records.
Oh.
That was a good time. That was like a fun, especially if you lived in New York.
Yeah.
In the summer, it was so fun because they had like, they would blast AC. And we lived near Tower Records. So we would go at night with my sister and like go listen to like the new CDs and stuff on the like sample shit. And just chill in the AC because my mom never wanted to put the AC on.
Do we know if Trash and Vaudeville still exists?
I don't think it does.
That's really sad.
That was a fun place.
Yeah. The guy who owned it passed away like during COVID, I believe, Jimmy. But that is a place I wish still existed for the culture.
And Century 21.
Century 21, Bay Ridge Classic.
You're ready.
It is like pivotal to our local economy.
Oh my God, it is still open.
Where in the city?
Trash and Vaudeville.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, let it live on.
I thought it was closed. That's cool.
That's good to hear.
But we did experience a pretty big loss in the recent era. 2023 will be known as the year we said goodbye to BBB.
Salute BB&B for all of your service to what was the great tweet you saw?
I was literally about to pull up the tweet.
It's was like one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
It was so accurate. It couldn't even. Let me find this.
I'll always remember Bed Bath & Beyond in Broad City. The coupons, they never expire.
Oh my God. If Bed Bath & Beyond shuts down, where are college freshmen supposed to get into the worst fight of their lives with their mom?
Exactly. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be delegated to Target. And that's just less classy.
It's just less dramatic.
It is. And like, maybe it's closing down because the last time we went was when we got in a fight with our moms entering our freshman year of college. But it was a time. And you also sacred. Recently, you told me that they also own Harmon Face Values.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like it was also the place where I would get a lot of cheap home bath body work stuff, you know?
Where will the 20s on the west side be without Bed Bath & Beyond and Harmon Face Values?
It's dead. There's really like the death of retail happening right now.
It's kind of sad and scary.
We were talking about it earlier with Alex about how stores have become so utilitarian. Right. And there's no more like leisure shopping as much because first of all, people have no money. Yeah. And like rent is so expensive and everything has just been like, how do we serve a purpose? And even now the purpose-centric places are closing too. It's just,
I hate that.
It's really sad. And it makes like, I don't know. What's gonna fucking happen?
It sucks. Like, remember the days where you could actually where you can actually afford and find leisure in like going to the mall and getting some like retail therapy.
Exactly.
Like you can't even do that anymore. And like the rush doesn't feel the same when you're charging something on a credit card that you're just
hoping it
arrives, that your neighbors don't steal it. Like it's so fucking annoying. It probably won't fit or look the same when you get it. Like I couldn't. Dumb. I miss like having a bad day and running to Roosevelt Field Mall or Staten Island Mall or just running to King's Plaza.
Anywhere.
Damn, yo.
So yeah, it's pretty bleak out there.
It is. I miss retail already.
I miss retail. What are we gonna do to mourn our dearly Bed Bath & Beyond?
Do you want to sit Shiva with me?
I think we should.
Shall we?
Yeah, and we'll be documenting everything. So when this comes out,
I need you to tell me a little bit more about sitting Shiva. Like, am I supposed to wear black?
No, you're supposed to wear like whatever is dirty or ripped. Some people want to be fancy, and so they'll put like a piece of ripped clothing or cloth like pinned to whatever they're wearing. But normally you shouldn't, because it's really not about looking good. Shiva is all about like respecting and commemorating the person passed. So you don't even put makeup on. You're not supposed to really do your hair. Men aren't supposed to shave their faces.
So you're supposed to look a little bit distraught, like look how you feel inside.
Exactly.
You're allowed to be emo.
It's not about hiding your mourning. And what's actually really interesting,
putting on a face,
is that you put cloth over mirrors, and it's really not about like seeing anything. And it's about everybody being together. You get visited like during the day. You're supposed to like actually actively sit the Shiva.
I like that it like keeps your like ego in check during this time too. It's like even taking away the distractions with the mirrors. Like I think that's like really beautiful.
Yeah. And it's cool. We were talking about this earlier, that there's kind of like a rule book, and it's nice to follow instructions when you're in a grieving process.
Yeah, no, that is, I think, the best part. Like, because I think I always hear people say when they're grieving that like they're not sure what to do with themselves. They're like, I don't even know how to function. I don't even know how to survive without this person. And that, I feel like, gives you a manual to like, oh, what's the next step? Okay, so now you just sit and you think about this, and we pray. And
Agreed.
I just think it's really nice.
Agreed.
And you actually give proper respect to the past, to the departed,
to Bed Bath & Beyond. May you enjoy the beyond.
May you enjoy the beyond.
It's been a pleasure.
It has been. Thanks for coming to our sleepover.
Bed Bath & Beyond made sleepovers happen.
That's what I'm saying. Blow up mattresses,
sheets, towels,
electric kettles,
seasonal items,
stuff for traveling, soap for nomad lifestyle. Honestly, crazy. Yeah.
The loss will be felt.
We'll see you at Target. See you at Target. See you on Tuesdays. Join in, like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating if you haven't already. My name is Sarah, otherwise known as How Can I Help You on the internet. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Natasha PRZ.
And the podcast at Not For Nothing Pod across all platforms. Thanks for joining.
Talk to y'all soon.